I was going to tell a joke about a boomerang, but I can't remember it. It'll come back to me. I was wondering why the ball was getting bigger, and then it hit me. Did you know that light travels faster than sound? That's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. I recently lost my job at the bank on my very first day. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy, and the other one's a little lighter. Okay, that's enough of that. So, we need to do a quick review because by some of the responses I saw on the Wiser, I noticed a lot of you guys are not taking your notes, and it's just so much vocabulary. Okay, using notes doesn't mean I don't trust you. Using notes is just a tool, like a hammer or a drill, to help you be successful. Can you imagine me trying to hang drywall and not using any tools? Can you imagine me trying to paint my walls without any tools? I would be making it extraordinarily hard on myself. And for those of you that are trying to do this classwork without notes, you're just making it really hard on yourself. But I digress. So let's do a little review. We have to have two parallel lines. And if we don't establish that they're parallel, we can't assume that. So in the words, or in the theme of today, we'll call this J is parallel to K. For joke or just kidding, ha ha ha. And it's being, there's a transversal. It's being split by line, we'll call it line V is the transversal. And when that happens, we know that this angle here, and this angle here, and this angle here, and this angle here are all obtuse and all have the same measurement. Okay, we'll call them angles 1, 4, 5, and 8. We know that angle 1 is and angle 4 are vertical angles. They're across from each other. What about angles 1 and angle 8? They are alternate exterior angles. How about angles 1 and angle 5? They're corresponding angles. Okay, they correspond to each other. They're on the same side of the parallel lines. How about angles 4 and angle 8? They're also corresponding. How about angles 4 and angle 5? They're alternate interior. These are all just descriptions of relationships, of congruent angles. If angle 1 was equal to 128 degrees, then angles 4, 5, and 8 are also all 128 degrees. Okay, what about the adjacent angle? Probably could use a different color besides yellow since I used that for my transversal. So how about, use white there, angles 2, 3, 6, and 7. Well, they are supplementary to angle 1 and 4 and 5 and 8. So your choices will always be, your angles are either supplementary to each other and therefore equal to 180, or they're congruent to each other and therefore they have the exact same measurement. Angles 1, 4, 5, and 8 are congruent to each other. Angles 1 and 2 are supplementary. 3 and 4 are supplementary. 2 and 3 are congruent. 6 and 7 are congruent. 5 and 6, supplementary. See how they're different colors? 6 and 8, supplementary. 6 and 7, congruent. Your choices are basically that they're either going to be supplementary or congruent. 2, 3, 6, and 7 are congruent to each other. So if angle 1 is 128 degrees, what is the measure of angle 2? Well, 128 plus what equals 180? It would have to be 52 degrees. Therefore, angles 3, angle 6, and angle 7 are all 52 degrees. Angle 2 and 3 are vertical angles, just like 1 and 4 are vertical angles. What are the alternate exterior angles of the acute angles? Well, angles 2 and 7 are alternate exterior. How about corresponding? Angles 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. Angles 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. Which ones are alternate interior? Angles 3 and 6. Okay, this is a review. It's a lot. I hope you're taking and keeping good notes. You can use this tool today to do your work. Hope you have fun. It's GimKit Day. If you have any questions, let me know.